Hello guys, hello everybody. My name is Esimbiso Faith Mwami. I am with my incredible, amazing, handsome, everything, all-in-one, well of wisdom husband, accent king, Mwami, and we are on the second.
Yeah, so we're talking about our first year of marriage, but we just really wanted to give you the background first.
The laid back.
Of how we got into this institution of marriage. Let's talk about the dating days. So after all the stars and the moon and dedication of Westlife songs, now we officially
Subscribe,
date.
don't forget to subscribe. Please.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Then after that, the dating part began. I think at first it was good. She was in Middleburg, I'm in Stanton, so it was some long distance sort of thing. At that time, you remember those days when Vodacom used to give a 1 hour
Night owl thing.
Yes.
Yes, you
get that 1 hour thing and go chat like for. I think I had 2 SIM cards for Vodacom, she had 1. So to finish 1, 2, and then we finish the third one.
Then it's sleep.
And then we'd sleep and I don't even know what we were. Guys, imagine talking for 10 hours. What a laugh.
I don't remember now, yes.
What a laugh was just driving those conversations. Hey, and then 2011 we was studying. I think that was a year when I was the SRC president for the
Hi, all hell broke loose lapho. Putwenu.
president.
Oh, putwenu. Ha!
With power comes a responsibility.
Oh, okay. If that's how you'd like to put it. He was everybody's everybody. Yo guys, he was the it thing. Everybody, you're exini. I was like, I'm not coming to this. And it's like now this guy is just losing his mind. It's just really getting all over the place. And then now for me and my household and me as a Zethembi, so I am not going to be dragged in the mud for this guy. So I am sorry, but I am not coming to this party. Not now, not today, and not tomorrow.
And I wasn't really losing my mind. It's not. It looked like that.
Hey guys, well from the outside, well from the inside, you were not losing because you were there. See, I was taking our country this morning. You were swimming. Get a shot of notice.
Hey. Yeah, those years, the dating years, the comrade didn't have access to come out of the house, didn't want to see me when we needed to meet. Hey.
I literally just ran away from him.
She used to run, and now even their church, all these people used to just talk about all these things.
And it was very, don't even go there. But another thing I am grateful for. I'm grateful that I was able to be preserved in those years, right? And under those strict rules and everything, I know a lot of people go like, yeah, no, but I'm a bank, and there was a rooms and all of that. A part of me is grateful for those things because I knew that I would have also lost my mind.
I didn't lose my mind.
I would have, because umuntu sofuna ukumhlabelisa ofuna ukumlaya athi ngikhombise lo muntu ayala.
So this one day, right? This one day, I'm with this girl I was dating, right? I'm walking with her, and then your madam is coming from the other side on the road. She doesn't want to talk to me. She's all kind of that and that. I'm like with this girl, and we're just walking, and you can see she's content to be all strong. She's trying to be strong. Hey man, you're more out here. But in
And the last for you guys, when could get as you know, me and clothes come a long way. I was wearing these other guys, these other cocoa clothes, man. And now I'm going to make it friendly. I can't tie. going up the road wenza sengathi uyangibingelela ngasiyazi
I also felt it, baby. As when I saw it, I was like, yes, you'd have been the one walking with
Excuse me?
Why don't you give yourself to me?
Excuse me? You felt that?
Exactly. I did.
No, but actually, I wasn't angry. I think I was just really disappointed in you because I thought that you were a different person. And when I got to see this part of you that was all over people and all over girls, I think I was just so, I don't know. I was just, but he was young. So.
I wasn't all over people. And that's the thing. There's this perception.
Sam is interpreting.
Yeah, I think.
There's a misinterpretation.
Do you know that I feel like there is this thing. My Eskel, let's go with my Eskel first and foremost. I was this kind of a person. I didn't have a lot of clothes that I could really dress up well. But with whatever, the one gene I had and all that, I could just dress up well and look all good.
Yeah.
And at that particular moment, I was just trying to learn the culture, learning the language. So you find...
Trying to fit in.
And the guys always had that attitude. Most of the guys just have that attitude. It's either guys who are just around you because they think you're lonely, or guys are just you're not in our league.
But he was very intelligent.
So there was just a lot of the girls are the ones who could reach out. So I could always have conversations with the girls and all that. And academically, I was good academically. So it's either I'm with these people who wants me to be in their group to study and also just help with whatever. So it was that kind of a situation. And now in 2011, I'm now SRC president.
Yeah,
it's not only Standerton. I mean, we have the campus in Standerton, in Emelo, in Venda, in Sibane City next to Swaziland. Now, all these people, and
he wasn't just the president. I think maybe you should understand, he wasn't just only the SLC president of the campus. He was the executive council president.
And then I was best student at campus.
Yeah, so he used to do tours.
So the year I was SRC president, I was like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll go around. That's how even I started my speaking.
Yeah, that's how I started.
I really never planned to be a speaker and all that kind of thing on personal leadership. That's how I started. So, whether it's on social media or anything.
That's where his confidence actually mushroomed there.
For speaking a lot and in public, especially structured speaking. I've always been speaking when I was young. I've always been a strong.
But another thing that I also saw in those years is that you became more in tune and informed with who you are, because your dress code even changed. The SKL started going down a little bit, and there was a beard and here that you were cutting.
That's very true. And that's why I'm saying, more than anything, of course, there are days where, of course, I dated a girl and here and there. But 2009 to 2011, that's when I started my personal development journey. I think just around those 3 years, I had read about 300 books. I had listened to a countless number of audios. That's when I discovered the Tony Robbins, the Jim Rohns and all this. So at that particular moment, I was in a serious journey for personal development. So there wasn't so much
popularity rocketed.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
And I think because baby, okay, sorry for coming to your mouth. I think because you had all of coming to your words.
Okay.
And I think because of that popularity, he was growing, he was growing. And there was a lot of things at his disposal. There were a lot of opportunities at his disposal. And just like any other person, I'm actually grateful to he did go through that in his early ages. Because
I was busy with my age mates, sure. Yeah, and then okay, so just fast forwarding it, and we dated 2011, hey, we took a break because someone was
We
angry
didn't take a
with
break,
me.
we broke up.
Someone was angry with me. Somebody couldn't, believe me. Too many reporters, too many surveillance cameras going to report things to her.
There was a lot. Yes, people would just come to me, and the thing is, a lot of people.
But she had a soft spot for me.
A lot of people actually didn't know Buti. We had a thing. And then
Yeah.
people didn't know that we had a thing. But I don't know how Izindawa Befiga him. Because there was a moment when I was like, and there was this other picture he posted on Facebook, and he was done drumming and he tagged everybody there and some of the girls as well. So I was like, oh no, this is actually proving everything. You know what? I'm done. And friended him, deleted his numbers. I literally just blocked him from every corner I could because he was a very good, smooth talker. So I was like, I don't even want to hear this guy's voice. Whatever he wants to explain to me, I am not.
What do you mean smooth talk? Wait, let's not just jump that topic.
You are.
What is a smooth talker?
The person who speaks smooth.
In your comment, tell us, what is a smooth talker? Because I get that a lot and I'm really not...
You're well spoken. Okay, let me just
yes,
say that.
I'm well spoken but not a smooth talker. That sounds like, Phew.
Pella, you guys, this guy, he would have the power to convince me to carry on dating him, even if he knew what he was busy with another person or another
Because I
girlfriend
loved
at
you.
that time.
It was genuine. You could see it in my eyes. You could feel my heartbeat. And you knew it is making a beat with your name.
Okay, maybe I knew that in my mind. It was okay. This guy Shem does love me. He does have that thing for me. But for me at that moment I was like, and this. So our dating days were not really dating days.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. But 2013.
2012, he started calling.
I started calling in 2012.
The whole year we were
And she
talking
was-
on the phone.
Oh, then she's not telling you the full story on her side. The girl who said at first, don't talk to strangers. If I could make one call, and this girl would be swept.
Exactly what I mean. FYI, smooth talker. Smooth talker. So you guys get it right, smooth talker. That's where the smooth talker thing comes in.
No, it's not really smooth talker. It's when you have a weakness for somebody. And that somebody, there's just that chemist and something that's going. So 2012, yeah, we came back together, 2012, but only on the phone because Letwe couldn't get out of the house, from the house to church, from church to the house. And of course, I was a red flag because apparently the parents knew that me, bad boy, don't go next to him. And I was anointed intercessor.
Hey!
Son of the Most High.
But truth be told,
I had already met the Lord, and you know what they say about the anointing? It attracts a lot of things in our life. So yeah, after that, 2013, that's when, wow.
that's when he actually convinced me, Ashem, this guy, he
Yeah.
had I had started working at the college where he was working at, and then one of these days he told me, our boss is calling us in to come and work that day. Kanti, guy has actually set up a picnic in the office. Yo, it was so sweet.
Thou
guys.
shalt not have office romance.
Lapho vele ufakile ulethile, there were nice foods to eat and everything, and I was just eating and I was just enjoying. I was like, wow. Then it's like, I really want a future with you. For the first time I could hear how genuine he was, and he was like really pursuing me to go this journey to the long haul. I could feel, alright, Exxon wants to have a long-lasting relationship with me. He poured out his heart and he was just talking to me. You know what, Timbiso, you are amazing. I want us to build a future together. I want us to love each other. I want us to have kids together. I want to marry you. You know, I heard all of this. Yeah, so yeah, he was an amazing person. Nje, together those days, nje, he just became so transparent and honest with me. And yeah, I know a lot of things happened in between that time.
Yeah, a lot of things happened, but I think most of the things that really happened were necessary. It was umjolo. It was just the normal umjolo stuff, and we put everything out together. And I think one of the things that also helped was I think I was very intentional. Our dating was quite intentional.
We had a goal.
It wasn't like, and maybe that is the difference with my other relationships. There wasn't really so much talk about the future. If there is one person that I explicitly just express myself about the future, what I want in the future, and why I would want her to be in that
Part
future.
of the future.
It is her, I'm not that kind of a person who speaks things I don't mean. I think even with my previous relationship, most probably that's one of the things that would have gone wrong, because you would have had people expecting you to talk about the future, and I really didn't want to put. I'm not the person. I don't feel good. Just putting people, hopes that I know I'll never be able to fulfill. And I think, in 2013, 14, I think that's when we spoke about taking things to the next level.
Yeah, but it was quite surprising, because with me, I mean, first and foremost, when I got involved in a relationship with him, and he started proposing, his words were always future to me.
Yeah.
They were always we are working towards something, and I think that's what really just actually made me so drawn to him, because he was speaking of the future. And that's what I wanted in a relationship. That I just wanted an outcome. What are we working towards? I just cut. Like what do we want? Like what are we working towards as people and as people in a relationship? And he was quite clear from the onset about his intentions, although he changed along the way. But he quickly came back, and I guess, like he's saying, men need to be true and honest about their intentions, even with women, because as women, so if you're a man and you're watching this and you're with someone and you're just wasting time and whatever.
What does that mean?
No, like we put our hopes up.
People in Zambia listen.
Oh guys, they maybe found my subtitles. You must put subtitles. No, we put our hopes up, because the person just said, I'm gonna marry you and I'll see kids with you, and then you give up everything, Baba. You give up all these people that say they're gonna come to you. You're like, you know what, it's over. I'm with this guy, he's focused. Gadumutuje wants to get in your pants. And I just think, it's pants, babe, pants. So I think it's really important for you to be honest with the person from the onset. I'm glad that he was honest with me, because I knew that we were working towards something. Even when we broke up, at the back of my mind, I'm like, we are meant to be together. That's just how crazy it was.
Come on, Samba. Yeah. So that's our dating phase, and of course, what was your funniest moments in our dating?
Okay, I'm gonna actually speak about the time when we when we took a break, and when we just broke up.
Yeah.
There's other time, I think you were in a taxi. You remember?
Who was in a taxi?
You were in a taxi, and I was walking.
Okay.
And I think I was walking. I was in town, and he was in a taxi in town. Hey, man, I'm busy walking tight. Get there, walk. I'm getting a message. I'm like, okay. And they're like, oh, this guy. He's like saying hi. You look beautiful. And what? I'm like, hey, yes, that's what you said. That's what you said. And then I was like, oh, what did you say?
You look beautiful.
Do you recall something else?
No.
Okay, so that's what he said. And I was like, hey, well, this guy, you know, for me that was funny. It was really nice for me to actually to receive that message. I think that really stood out for me. That made my week as big. But I wasn't going back to him. Yes, just to make it clear. He was sending those messages, but I was like, in my mind I was like, yeah, but I was like, you know. And I think what also stood out the most was when the whole year we actually didn't see each other. We just talked over the phone. You remember?
Yeah.
We never even got to see each other's faces up until a very later stage. I think it was after a year of just talking on the phone like non-stop. Talking about, I don't know what we were talking about. I don't remember. But I think
Talking about love.
yeah, talking about love. And that whole year I actually got to know him more as a person, know his interests, know what he likes, know what makes him tick. I think it was fun. You know, that was fun. Those conversations really stood out for me because I think those are the conversations that made us, you know, that made
You know what
me
my
laugh.
fun moment was?
Mm.
I have a few, but one of it that's really outstanding is when we hiked to Wheatbank to go speak.
Oh, guys!
You know, it's very fun. Those things really just stand out. I was invited to go speak in Wheatbank, and you know, at that moment, I was an upcoming speaker. You know, and then I convinced her to come with me. She dressed up. What did you tell your parents you're going?
I said something about I'm going to
work. It has to be work.
I'm going to work and what was I'm going to a meeting
On
and
a
I was
Saturday.
on a Saturday and I was gonna come back that evening.
Yeah, yeah. So that day, and we didn't have a car then. There are no taxis from Standerton to Wheatbank.
Oh,
So
guys.
we went and we were hiking. We hiked our.
And then when we came back, was it when we came back or we were like with the drunk driver?
It's when we came back.
Ah,
Because when
guys.
we came back in Wheatbank, at least there was a taxi from Wheatbank to Secunda. Remember? So now that's the taxi that. And then from Secunda to Standerton. Yeah, I think between the two routes, yeah, we.
And it was reaching evening and I remember there was like
That was
a
nice.
yeah, but there was like a mini fight. Remember when the taxi drivers were fighting in Secunda
Yes,
for like who's gonna come into this car and what in the
Who's gonna
taxi?
go
Yo, it was just, you know, I was and Peggy's car yo ekaya. I was so anxious. I'm like, hey Kai, I just need to get home. But having the experience with him, because you know, guys, I was his personal photographer, so I was actually taking the pictures when he was speaking. You know, it was a beautiful moment.
And it was just one of those moments. I think it was the first time where you and me would have went out to an event that is not church related, where I was speaking.
It was
So,
the first time we actually went out of town together.
together. You know, it was amazing. You know,
And it was
beautiful,
purpose driven.
and it was purpose driven. You know, she was my muse.
Yeah, and he spoke really well. But ngiyakhumbula yobe ngithukile angaze ngithuke kangaka.
Yeah,
Nithi yo.
and that is one of the outstanding moments with us. But also another thing that I think transpired more when we were dating is she had 2 wardrobes.
Excuse me.
She had a wardrobe at home. She had a wardrobe in my room. So that day when we went out, so what we did was, like every time I go maybe somewhere, I'll look at a dress that I think would suit her, I'll buy it. Or a trousers. But then she was not allowed to wear those things in church. So she couldn't go with them at home. So I would keep them at my place.
And then it give them to me.
Yeah.
And then I change.
You know, if it's an occasion where you go out, you change, I'll be like, okay, change, where's that? But of course, most of the times there was really nowhere to change because she couldn't come from home to go to work and change at my place. So it's just things that would keep in the house and go like, oh babe, this is how you're gonna be dressing and all that kind of stuff. You know, we'd just go through that kind of transition, and it really, we worked so hard on creating what we would both wanna look.
In the future.
In the future.
You know, if we were to ever
be together.
But I mean, we did have a clear vision from the onset. I think that's what really stood out. What I think, you know, I need to repeat again and again. You know.
You can't repeat again. You can't repeat again.
What I need to repeat. Okay, Sehoa! Sehoa, guys, it's doing the most. Yeah, I think yes, that's what stood out. And it was so amazing. I remember that other time we would actually go to this other Chinese shop.
Yeah.
Here at where we live. And then
Chinese shop, guys. Chinese.
Yes, a Chinese shop. And then he'd pick out a few dresses for me. And then he'd go like, okay, go into the changing room, change into
Let's see how you
look. And then I'd change.
I'm just trying to look at my future.
Yeah, no, he was. And you know, in all of that, he just remained so calm, so collected, so, I don't know, guys, so faithful. As this guy, he was just so consistent, you know. You looked at him and you think, okay, this guy wants more from me, you know.
For me, not from me.
Yeah, from me. Of course, babe, like a woman would say, from me. But you know, the way he was just so, he just respected me, man. Yes, oh, baby, such a sweetheart. Yeah, and he'd pick out really nice clothes for me. Really pretty clothes.
No, so that's our dating, and then let's talk about
what else is in the dating.
What else is in the dating that we forgot? Yeah, I think it's in those times where I think after us talking about how serious I want us to get, you know, after that is after 3 years since we started talking 2010 and all those kind of things, and that's where you really also just opened up about more of your life experience.
Yeah, I think what I've been through, yes. It's not the engagement phase, ne?
No, it wasn't. I out of.
What engagement phase? No, you didn't have a choice. You had to stay here. So yeah, I think yes, babe. I think that's also stood out because I was able to trust him. To the extent you know, man, the things that happened to me, I was able to express it to him. Like he's the only person. He was the only person.
How was it working in the same office with my ex?
I think that's a video for another
See you
day.
later, guys. Thank you so much. Join us on the next one.
Thank you for watching. What's the next video title?
We are going to talk about now the proposal, lobola, and all that into the marriage.
The proposal, the lobola, and everything, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we're going to talk about how was it.
Kindly subscribe.
Subscribe, guys. We love you. Thank you. Mwah, 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 mwah.